something terrible is happening to Generation X. You know that the financial clinch is happening, and then you feel tight with money because all the prices are going up and your salary is not catching up with the speed of inflation. So today, I want to talk about 5 emerging financial crises for Generation X. The first one is the student loan is still dragging you down. In 2025, the average Generation X still has $45,000 on student loan. And also, that's a generation that they have to start spending money for their kids. So there is this crunch of paying your mortgage, paying your student loan, and then potentially tuition for your kids. That is tough. So that is already taking away chunk of the saving or potential investment money. AI, artificial intelligence. I don't know if you're using ChatGPT or other artificial intelligence, but if you're not using them, they're going to use you. So it is a cruel reality that people with the intellectual line of work, all the jobs are being taken away by AI. So US has experienced so many job losses before AI, and now AI is happening. AI is taking over a lot of jobs. So here's the good news and bad news. The bad news first. The bad news is that if your work is below AI, then AI will replace you, or people or the companies replace you with AI. If your work level is higher than AI, then your working time will be 20 or 30% of the time you have now. The difference is, are you below AI or are you above AI? But anyway, for the Generation X, it's a big challenge. Here is the irony that as much as we are enjoying the benefit of AI and technologies, but still we are being replaced by them. But look what happened when Henry Ford invented cars. At the time, people thought horse carriages are more reliable. But after 10 years, everybody is saying that horse carriages, no, the horses poop, and it's not safe and it's not predictable. So what happened to the person who was maneuvering the horse carriages? So those people had a hard time adjusting themselves. A couple of years later, they learned how to drive. So instead of maneuvering the horses, they are steering the cars. So you have to do the same thing for Generation X. The clock is ticking. And unfortunately, a lot of things are against you. Retirement funds. According to the federal government, there will be a decrease of 77% of the public pension system. So it's already the money is going low. And personally, how much you have saved up for the retirement account. Because of the situation, like I said, you cannot save up so much for the retirement account. So you have a hard time making both ends meet. So how can you think of your retirement that would happen in 15 or 20 years? You know inside that, okay, I have to get ready, or I have to start saving up money so I can be ready for the retirement and potentially early retirement. But the reality is people still keep working at age 65 or 70. There is no retirement. So either you die or no retirement. So unfortunately, that is the cruel reality of Generation X. The sandwich generation care cost. So that means that if you're in your 40s and 50s, you are starting to take care of your aging parents. They're going to cost money. The average cost of those care could run from $3,000 to $6,000. And some of that could be paid out from your insurance, but insurance premium will go higher as well. At the same time, you have to pay for kids' tuition. Everything costs money as they grow up. So you'll be sandwiched between the cost of taking care of your elder parents and also taking care of the young ones. So you have no time and you have no money, you have no energy for yourself. That's what's happening to Generation X. High rise of rent. If you were careful with money and if you knew how to manage money, you probably bought your house a long time ago, which means that you're okay financially. But in case you haven't had an opportunity to buy yourself a property, then you're in trouble because the rent is going high and then you may not be able to have enough mortgage to buy a property for you. So if you had a financial difficulty in your 20s and 30s, and if you didn't have the right credit history, then you missed the opportunity to buy a real estate. That means that you may not be able to get your own house until you die. So that is a possibility of Generation X for those who didn't buy the property and also who missed the opportunity to own one. If that is the case, you have to keep paying the rent for the rest of your life. Unfortunately, that is the reality. So if you're still renting a house, that means you need to keep renting for the rest of your life, or you buy some property, but that could depreciate in value in case of real estate crashes that keep happening every few years. Either way, if you don't have a house, you'll be in trouble. So I know it doesn't look good, but there's always a way. And for Generation X, you have had a lot of experiences. And what's great about it is that you understand how it works in your generation. So you can create services for the same generation people. So whatever they don't have, you can offer them as solutions. Or you can come up with something very new and start something new. So AI cannot steal your jobs. The odds are against you, but there are always ways to stay abundant and also make both ends meet and prosper in the time of depression. I understand how you feel. You get pinched by financial crisis and also the possibility of bankruptcy, over the distance. But you need to look at the best future that you have. Stay focused on the happiness inside. That way, you can get through this. And let's find happiness in everyday life.